Welcome, everyone. I'm Kimberly Boscheman, and this is the Intentionally Intuitive Podcast. In this episode of the Weekly Compass, we're going to take a look at the week of December 7th through the 13th. So, we're starting off the week with this 7 energy, and of course, we are also in a 7 universal month, so we may feel those energies, that influence of those energies, a little bit more intensely. And so, just remember that can bring in sort of experiences around trust, how we trust ourselves, how we trust others, how we trust the universe. It can bring in situations around relationships and those experiences and what those relationships and those experiences are trying to show us. It can bring in new opportunities for study or expansion. It can bring in this need for solitude or stillness, so going within, spending time alone, that sort of thing. And it can also bring in this call to become the bridge or get reconnected between the physical and the ethereal. So pay attention to the opportunities for spiritual growth that come in for you, as well as physical, personal, professional growth as well, okay? We end the week with a 4 energy, which is all about kind of work in purpose, persistence, resiliency, doing each step methodically, making sure you're not taking shortcuts, and using your intuition. So going within and really following that inner compass. So I went ahead and pulled a animal spirit card for the week to kind of get an overall sort of energy. And we got Blue Heron Spirit. And Blue Heron says, make a stand for what you believe in and do what feels right in spite of any judgment or disapproval from others. So I just want to make a point about this and just make sure that you understand that, it's more about, well, it doesn't need to be a big production. Let's put it that way. So making a stand for what you believe in doesn't always have to be this huge, undertaking and shouting from the rooftops or being aggressive and debating and all of those things. A lot of times making a stand for what you believe in the face, with judgments, with shame, that sort of thing, it's just continuing on your path in the face of adversity. So choosing to continue on your path, your truth, in the face of adversity. So you may find opportunities to do that this week that will only strengthen your resolve, okay? So as we begin the week, at the beginning of the week with that 7 energy pretty strong, I'm getting this sense of sort of some polarities. So, and we live in a world of polarities, so this isn't uncommon, but I am getting this feeling of sort of this push and this pull. This push to sort of, or maybe this pull to, again, meet resistance, stand in your power, make your voice heard, that sort of thing, standing up for what you believe in, becoming defensive, that can come in as well. That's one of the lower energies of, again, standing in your own power. So there's this call to kind of do that. You may be met with some kind of shame or some kind of judgment, and you feel defensive about that, and you feel like you need to stand up and make your voice heard and make sure that other person or those other people are very well aware of your beliefs and that sort of thing. But there's also this call to, calm that down a little bit. And remember that it doesn't have to be a big production, and it isn't about necessarily proving yourself right. It's just about, again, moving forward and continuing on your journey, your truth in the face of adversity, okay? And so I'm also kind of getting this energy of sort of getting accolades, getting recognition. So you may be kind of seeing both things come in for you. You may be seeing, on one hand, the judgment, on the other hand, the accolades. And so it's kind of, again, those polarities of, which do you want to invest your energy in? Which one speaks to you more? Which one is calling to you more? Because, your energy is sacred. And so choose wisely how you want to use that energy. Do you want to put it towards, again, just making a big to-do about your beliefs and about where you stand and standing in your power and all of those things? Or do you want to put the focus and the energy on those people who are just trying to discourage you or trying to influence you in a way that you are not wanting to be influenced? Or are you going to kind of shift that energy and focus more on those people who are on your team, who are rooting for you, who want to see you be successful, who believe in what you're doing, who your message resonates with, right? Where do you want to put your focus? Because you're going to have opportunities for either at the beginning of the week. And so you get to choose. Just again, remember that your energy is sacred. When you can remind yourself of that, then you are much more discerning in how you choose to use that energy and where you want to focus it and put it. Okay. So you can focus on those people that want to tell you how you're doing things wrong. You can focus on those people who want to shame you or judge you, or correct you, or whatever the case may be. Or you can shift that focus onto those who, again, are your biggest cheerleaders, are the ones who want to see you be successful, are the ones who are showing up to be supportive. Okay. So again, I feel like those, and again, we're in the 7 energy of relationships. And so more than likely this energy will come in around relationships, and you get to choose those relationships that you want to nourish and those relationships that you just kind of want to fade away from, right? And kind of release. And that's okay, because again, relationships are often our greatest teacher. So I want to just mention really quickly, because I feel like this ties in with the message from Blue Heron and then also this energy that I'm seeing at the beginning of the week. It's really around, it's a practice to release, judgment, shame, hurt, anger, frustrations from each day, because each day we're going to have interactions where something tests us, where something is, again, pushes us to stand in our highest expression. And so we can, again, choose to fall into the lower expression and argue and debate and, just become overwhelming in how we, what we allow to consume us and how we try to consume others, right? Or we can, again, fall into our highest expression where it's like we're going to shift our focus into the higher vibration. And so there is a practice that you can do each day or each night is what usually when I like to do it. And it just allows you to sort of symbolically release the energy from the day that doesn't serve you so that you can start the next day with a clean slate, fresh energy, and, move forward in that light. So the practice is each night, write down the judgments, the shame, the hurt, the anger, the frustrations that came in for you that day that you want to release. Once written, simply say the words, "I release you." Erase or discard the words in some way. So if you wrote the words down electronically on your iPad or whatever, then you can just simply erase those words of judgment, shame, hurt. If you wrote it down on a piece of paper, then you can burn that paper, you can, shred that paper, you can just throw it away. But it's, again, symbolically releasing that energy. So it frees your energy for the day ahead. And it also allows you to go within, take a moment, and recognize what made you feel shameful, what made you feel judged, and why. What were those trigger points for you? In writing them down and releasing them, you're also becoming aware of them and acknowledging them so that when they come in the future, you can decide how you want to react to them or respond to them, right? Okay. Then we move into the middle of the week and we have some kind of communication coming in. Again, it feels like possibly a relationship. It could be a work relationship. It feels like a relationship related to purpose. So it does feel work related or, again, purpose related. But definitely some kind of communication, some kind of fire getting ignited in a good way that brings you new ideas that could potentially be very profitable in the future. So again, this feels very much sort of work related, purpose related, but it's like communication, something like that comes in and it's some kind of offer, but again, it feels like the beginning stages. So maybe your manager or your boss says to you, hey, this job is coming up and I think you'd be a really good fit for it. And you're just being asked to explore that possibility and see how it resonates for you, because there is the potential for it to be profitable and to grow into something more substantial in the future. So again, this could also just be like you receiving some kind of a download or inspiration from your spirit guides, from your soul. Again, that 7 energy of being the bridge between the ethereal and the physical. So you're receiving those downloads, those ideas, those inspirations. And this is an opportunity to start to plan out, as you digest that idea, start to plan out how you want to move forward with it. This does feel like an opportunity also to collaborate. So if that's something that you've been looking to do, then you may find your people to be able to do that with. So you may find that people who have the missing links to what you needed to make your ideas whole sort of surface, and you're able to start to create that process of how you want to implement all that, which is really exciting. But yeah, this feels very much like a work opportunity. So for those of you that are looking to sell something, so even selling your business or something like that, it seems like this offer is coming in, or communication is coming in to help you do that. And it could also be around like selling a house or something like that, like real estate. But it does very much feel like this bridge between, again, the ethereal and the physical. So it's like whatever is coming in, it is, again, sort of those missing pieces that you were looking for so that you can move forward. So as we move into the end of the week, then you're it's interesting. It's like you get the download, you get the idea for this new investment or whatever it is that you want to move forward on. And then the end of the week, it's like you're saying yes to it, and you can kind of see the potential. And so maybe it's like you are purchasing something, like you're purchasing a house, or you're starting a new business, or starting the steps to do that. And it's interesting, at the end of the week, remember, we're ending with that 4 energy, that working in purpose, that persistence, that resilience, and going within and following your intuition and all those things, and being very methodical. And it's interesting, it's kind of like at the end of the week, there's this huge opportunity that comes in, or it really just feels like you really saying yes and committing to whatever this is. But the energy is a reminder to be okay with not receiving that instant gratification. Very infrequently with 4 energy do we see instant gratification. A lot of times it takes a lot of hard work up front. It takes a lot of working in purpose, a lot of saying yes, a lot of, again, saying yes in the face of adversity, and just, trekking on, and then seeing those tangibles surface along the way. And so again, what I'm kind of feeling at the end of the week is like, you have this opportunity, this big opportunity to say yes to something. You're excited about it. You say yes, and then you may not see those tangibles right away. So the call is just to understand that it's going to potentially be like this, yes and wait, okay? But in waiting, you're also continuing to move forward. So my point is, you have potential, or we have potential, to see some great opportunities come in that are sustainable and have the potential to be very, very rewarding and fulfilling. But we need to remember that we're in a partnership with Source, that we're in a partnership with our soul, and that we're on a journey. And so we probably will not see that instant gratification from those investments, okay? So this, again, could be a big purchase. It could be a big opportunity. It could be a big investment. It is okay to say yes, and it's okay to be okay with the delay in gratification, all right? So just remind yourself that this is a partnership, and we have to allow Spirit to do its work as well. And there's a lot of work happening behind the scenes. Our work is to say yes, to show up, to intentionally move forward, and to continue to move forward in the face of adversity. but to be okay with divine timing, to be okay with those delays, because when the gratification does come in, it's going to be worth the wait. All right. And to the other call is to not necessarily see those delays as indications that you are on the wrong path, because whatever this is, whatever this investment is, whatever this purchase is, whatever this opportunity is, feels very divinely guided. For those of you that this resonates, it feels very, very divinely guided. But again, divine timing is very, very different from, this earthly plane timing. So just allow yourself to, just lean into the understanding that this is for the long haul, that this is going to be a journey, and that you'll see those tangibles when they're meant to show up. But don't beat yourself up, or don't look at it as failure if you don't see those tangibles right away. There is going to be some kind of delay in gratification with this, but that delay is going to be worth it. And it's preparing you for that gratification when it arrives. Okay? So interesting energies this week. I think one of the things to really keep in mind is that, because we have that sort of, we're starting with that 7 energy, we're ending with that 4 energy. And that 7 energy is all about, again, being the bridge between the mystical, the divine, and this physical plane, and tapping into that your spiritual wisdom, your inner soul, and then creating in the physical what it is that you want to see. But also, again, feeling secure within your decisions and your confidence to move forward in a way that your truth, even when the external tries to manipulate or influence you in a different way. Okay. And then that 4 energy of really being persistent, continuing to move forward, continuing to show up, even when you're not seeing those rewards right away. And also how you want to invest your energy. So I feel like this week you're going to have an opportunity to kind of dive into all of that. How are you showing up? How are you investing your energy? What are you putting your energy into? Is it something that's filling you up or something that's depleting you? And I mean that even in your interactions with people, with your relationships. Are you investing your energy into relationships that fill you up or that deplete you? And how do you want to continue to move forward? Because you get to decide. Okay? So I hope that this was helpful. I hope that it's a beautiful week. I hope that you're able to unlock some new experiences that really propel you forward, but that you're okay with the wait and the delay and gratification, because when it gets there, it's going to be worth the wait. Take care. Bye for now.